I'm Georges Saint-Pierre. Welcome to Rushfit. Are you ready to train with me? Hi everyone, I'm Georges Saint-Pierre. Welcome to my Rushfit warm-up. This program has been designed by Eric Owens.
The Rushfit warm-up is a multifaceted warm-up that uses only body weight motions and allows you to work every muscle of your body in a functional manner to get you ready for the work to come and the rounds. So let's not waste too much time, guys. Let's go and get started here with a shoulder width stance, and we're just going to do some torso twist. So as you notice, I want to get my elbows up about shoulder height. They can dip down a little bit, that's okay. And I pick a good pivot point on the ground. I want to rotate back and forth. Imagine that my elbows, if there's a line, just about going about 180 degrees. If there's a sphere here, right? I don't want to go too far. I don't want to go all the way around here. I don't want to injure myself. Because remember, we're just warming up. We're trying to get the body loose, core temperature up, so we don't injure ourselves, and we're ready for the work to come.
The body is like an elastic. If you try to stretch an elastic when it's cold, it's gonna snap. If you try to stretch it when it's warm, now you're gonna be able to play with it.
Now we're doing each exercise for 60 seconds. So right now we have about 10 seconds left, and then we're gonna switch and go into our next exercise, which is a side bend. Let's keep going though, guys. We have about 5 seconds. All right, good job. So now here in our stance, we're just gonna lean to one side, kicking our hip out, reaching over, then going to the other side. This is a side bend, and what we don't wanna do is we don't wanna bend forward and then over. We wanna keep our body stacked, meaning knee, hip, shoulder, everything in alignment. We let the hip kick out to the side and we reach. This is gonna be stretching the muscles of the hips and of the lats. And this is a very important movement pattern. In most functional fitness and in fighting, you have to be able to move side to side as well as forward and backwards.
Like every other exercise, you start slowly and you try to pick it up as time goes on.
Now we have about 20 seconds left in this. And also work at your own rate. If you find you're starting to fatigue, the form's starting to go away, step back, maybe take a few deep breaths, then get back at it. 10 more seconds, guys.
Warm-up is very important. It prevents injuries and it allowed us to have our full range of motion.
Okay, great job. Now let's turn and face this direction, and we're gonna come down onto our fingers, walking out into the plank position, and we're gonna walk our feet up to our hands. You just turn, switch directions, and go back in the other direction. This is a great way to stretch all the muscles on the back side of the body. We're also activating the core. We're starting to get things a little bit, the difficulty is increasing here now. So you might find that your body temperature is increasing, that's good. You should be starting to sweat probably around this point, maybe within a couple more exercises. The difficulty, the complexity is going to increase. And one of the things you might notice, so Victoria, if you can, let's do a modification. Let's do a bent knee modification. So Victoria happens to have great flexibility, but if her flexibility wasn't so good, she's gonna come up like this. She's gonna kind of tuck under, and she's gonna lower down with a bent knee position. That's gonna allow her to get down there on the ground, walk herself out, and as she walks her feet up, she'll also do it in a bent knee position. All right, great job, Victoria. Okay, about 5 more seconds, guys. Let's try to get one more. Okay. Now up and standing, we're gonna take a move from capoeira, okay? We're gonna do the jingo. We're gonna go side to side, so it's like a backward lunge. We bring one hand in front, so yeah, your defend hand up a little bit higher, George, come up in front of the face, and we go side to side. This is a great move. It develops fluidity. Basically, it's a backward lunge. We go side to side, and capoeira has some very effective techniques, and this is when the base moves of capoeira. I'm sure none of us are very good at it, but still a fun exercise, and it's a great variation of a lunge.
Capoeira, it's a martial art from Brazil. It's also a style of dancing.
Yeah. And this is one of their base motions. It's a great way to warm up the body. Moving back and forth. We have the coordination here. We're lunging back with one leg, then back with the other. About 10 more seconds to go here, and then we're gonna do our walkout push-up. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now here, shoulder width stance. We're gonna lower down, squatting. We're gonna walk out into the full push-up position. Hands underneath the shoulders, lower down, then come back up. Try to stress getting a full range of motion here. So you squat all the way down, get your hands into the ground, you walk out till you get your hands underneath your shoulders. You don't want them far back, you don't want them too far forward. A good alignment, lower down, chest to the deck, press all the way up, then back into standing. Okay, now we're about halfway into it, guys, so 30 more seconds. And you'll notice as when they come back up into the standing position, we want to make sure our heels get on the ground before we stand up. And let's check out Victoria's form here. So if you start to fatigue a little bit, it's okay to lower down your knees. It's also okay to restrict your range of motion if necessary. If you can't lower all the way down, what you don't want to have happen is lead with your head or collapse in the core. You want to keep the core activated at all times. Maintain good alignment, ear, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle. Okay, now back in the standing, guys. We're gonna come here, feet together and lateral lunges going side to side. Try to imagine your feet are running down parallel lines here. We don't want our toes pointing too far out or too far in. When we take our step out too, we want to sit back into our heel. Notice how the trail leg stays straight. The lead leg is a leg that bends. The hands raise up as a counterbalance, and that's also activating the muscles in the shoulders, giving us a full body warm up. Remember, functional training is about using all muscles of the body, not just one or two. Halfway there, guys. And if you notice, they're not working at a breakneck speed. The speed is enough to make sure that they're working, but yet this isn't really a workout yet. Remember, it's a warm up. We're just getting the body warm and loose. If you're finding you're out of breath and you're about to pass out, you probably need to slow down a little bit and do a little bit less repetitions. Find your own speed and figure out what works for you.
It's important to make the blood circulate everywhere, in every muscle, in every joint of our body, to prevent injuries. You know, it's very important.
Okay, now here in our stance, let's lower it down. We're gonna walk out and we're gonna do our push-up with a lateral hold here, okay? So we're gonna come up, a lateral plank. We lower down to the push-up and back out. All right, guys, let's get on it. Walk out, and once you get out into that push-up position, you're gonna maintain that push-up position. So they're all the way down, you open up, you rotate. So notice how they rotate on their feet completely. They rotate, then after they hold a 5-second hold, they lower back down. Good. And if you find that a 5-second hold is not really challenging, try to hold it 10 seconds, try to hold 20 seconds, try to hold 30 seconds. Do the best you can. But 5 seconds usually does the trick. And the key is you don't want your core to sag, you want to keep your hips up in the air. That's gonna activate your obliques. Now Victoria, when you lower down, if you can't do a knee push-up, so lower back down, lower down to your knees, then you're gonna come up, and then see, raise off your knees. Yeah, so that's totally acceptable. You can lower down to your knees in order to do this. Okay, excellent. Now let's walk back up into the standing position. And that's gonna set you guys up in the perfect position for your air squat, okay? So as you're here, you just wanna lower down, thighs to parallel, hands up as a counterbalance, come back into standing, all the way up, all the way down.
Already start breaking a sweat now. That's a good thing.
Now if you notice key things here, their knees aren't going too far forward. The knees initiate the motion, but then they start to sit back and down. They don't round here at the back and collapse to keep themselves upright. If you start to collapse, you probably need to shorten your distance, shorten the depth of your squat. You want to push down into your heels. You want to activate all the muscles in the posterior chain, your hamstrings, your glutes. Good core activation, proper alignment of the spine. And there again, you're not trying to do as many reps as possible, you're just trying to do good repetitions, full range of motion. About 15 more seconds.
Breathing is very important too. Inhale by the nose, exhale by the mouth.
Okay, excellent work. Now, let's walk out here, okay? And as we get down here, we're gonna get in the quadruped position, meaning I want my hands underneath my shoulders and I want my knees underneath my hips. A wide enough base so I have stability, but not too wide. Then I'm gonna go opposite knee to elbow, extend, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then back in. We're gonna stay on the same side. Now stay on the same side, everybody. So you're just gonna switch opposite knee to opposite elbow. 3, 2, 1. Keep going, in and out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's switch sides. So get your stance in place, proper base, and go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent work. Now let's come around to a lying position, lying face up, okay? And now we're gonna do our straight up, okay? So we're pulling our toes back towards us, hands are overhead. We're gonna try to sit straight up and touch the ceiling here, okay? And then we're gonna lower right back down, right when the hands touch, right back up. We're gonna finish off with 1 minute of this, and that will complete our warm-up.
This is not a race, this is just a warm-up. The importance of this is the form. And it's not the repetition, it's not the number of repetition. It's to be able to break a little bit of sweat and ready to go for, after, to be ready for a hard workout.
That's a very good point, George. And if you notice, George is sweating. Everybody here is sweating. It's a difficult warm-up, but yet everybody's able to talk. Everyone's able to still interact. They're not at that point where they're filled with lactic acid. We're not working out yet. Just getting everything loose and ready. About 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job, everybody.
That completes our warm-up, and now we're ready to attack the real workout. Congratulations, everyone. Hi everyone, I'm Georges Saint-Pierre. Welcome to my strength and endurance workout. This has been designed by my trainer, Eric Owing.
Hi everybody. What we've done here is we designed a workout that basically goes through all of the movements that you're gonna see in a fight, or majority of them, not doing the actual techniques, but the movement patterns. So we're gonna have squatting, lunging, pressing, pulling, twisting, turning, all kinds of stuff using our body weight and dumbbells. Our first 2 rounds are just body weight. So without any more talking, let's just go and get going with the exercises, right? First exercise is a basic air squat. So let's go ahead and start and squat down and up. So each exercise is roughly 60 seconds. There's gonna be a transfer time of maybe 5 seconds. So you might be looking at 55 seconds, maybe 50, depending upon how long it takes you to transfer. What we're looking to do here with the squat is get a full range of motion. We wanna go all the way up, all the way down. And as you start to know the motion, try to pick up the pace, try to put some intensity into it.
Remember, it's not how you start, it's how you finish in a round. So it's important that you do the movement right. But as the time goes on, you pick up the intensity of it.
Everybody's looking great. Now, we have about 20 seconds left, so let's go and pick up the pace now. You guys have the squat down correctly. At home, if you're having trouble getting down the thighs to parallel, if you have to go a little bit shorter, that's okay. But try to go as quick as you can, all the way up, all the way down. We have about 5 seconds now, okay? Let's get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Into the standing position, and now let's drop down into that chair iso squat, okay? We want to try to get those thighs to parallel. So George, just lower down a little bit deeper there, buddy. And you want to push into the heels. This one really burns.
Yeah, it's really burned. Don't be, if it's too much, don't collapse down. Just lift up a little bit to take away some pressure.
And it's okay to make modifications if necessary. One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to round over as doing this. You want to try to keep your body upright. So if you have to raise up out the squat, that's totally acceptable. You'll find that the isometrics, when you do this in any type of activity, especially fighting in life, it's very difficult because you have the muscles contracting and you're not really moving. So you feel like you're doing nothing, but you just feel your muscles burning, they're on fire.
If there is one thing I need to work on, this is my endurance, guys. I'm more a fast twitch muscle oriented guy, so I'm very good with explosiveness exercise, but this is my weakness.
Okay, George, interrupting, come out right here into the push-up position. Now we're gonna lower down, push up, hands off, and push up. Then right back down, hands off, push up. Here again, we'll run a full range of motion, okay? Pushing all the way up, lowering all the way down. You can't take your hands off the ground if you're not lowering your chest all the way to the ground. So be sure you're doing that at home. Now, if you have to, on occasion, you might get a little bit fatigued or might not be able to do it in the beginning. So Lisa, let's go and show the variation off the knees. Now, if necessary, you can lower it down here to your knees and still do the same exact movement. It's just slightly modified. The resistance is less because you're on the knees, and that's totally acceptable. This is another thing that's very important to stress, is that the back, when we pull the hands off the ground, we're working the retractors, okay? We're working the muscles that help our posture, our rhomboids, our trapezius muscle, our rear deltoids. We're working a lot of muscles that you normally don't hit in a standard push-up. Okay, guys, great work. Now, let's continue working those extensors of the spine, palms up to the air, trying to touch the palms of the ceiling with straight arms, looking straight down at the ground, trying to put the feet straight up in the air as well. So pretty much, you want to try to hollow out your body, where the only thing that's on the ground is a little bit of your stomach and about mid-thigh. You want to try to peel everything off the ground.
Oh yeah, that is burning.
Right. Woo! Good job, everybody. If you find throughout the motion you start to really fatigue and you can't stay up, it's totally acceptable just to put a little pillow for your head and just lie down, then come right back up. But try to push through it. You don't want to give up. It's only 5 minutes, so really give it your all. You have about 15 seconds. You guys are doing great.
Let's go, let's get through it.
And we're gonna hit our pop-up here next. So we have about 8 seconds now, okay guys? Stick it out now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the pop-up. So you can do it from the prone position or off the knees. So off the knees, popping up and standing, right back down. Prone position, still in a square position. And if that's too difficult, there's nothing wrong with stepping down, then try to step up and stand. It's totally acceptable to do this if necessary. But try to do it like George. If not, try to mimic what Lisa's doing. 30 seconds, guys. Let's get after it, okay? Come on, George. How many can you do now, buddy? Yeah. Good, Patrick. 20 seconds. All right, let's go. Rep it out now. That's it. Good. Come on, pick up the pace. 15 seconds.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Good. Get after it. Okay, guys. That's it. 10 more seconds. Let's get after it now, okay? Let's go. That's it, George. Good. 3, 2, 1, and time. Yeah. All right, nice, George. Okay, so that concludes our first round. Now, if you need, get a drink, do whatever you want. Towel yourself down, but try to stay loose throughout, okay? If you find you have some tight muscles, try to stretch them out and try to just keep the body loose. Get ready for round 2. We're coming back in about, 45 seconds now.
This is like a fight. It's important, everyone, that you need to pace yourself. You know, if you start like a lion, you'll finish like very slow. So it's important, as you start to do the exercise, you pace yourself. You make sure you're doing the right form, and then as time goes on, you pick up the pace.
And George, I noticed that you're having a little bit of a difficulty there with that iso squat. That's a tough exercise for you, huh?
It's true, because I'm more an explosive athlete. I'm more a fast twitch muscle type of athlete. So all this isometric strength is very hard for me. I can't hide it. It's one of the worst one.
That's okay.
Probably the worst one.
And that's the cool thing about functional training, is it always exposes the weak link in the person, okay? Now let's get ready, guys. We have about 3 seconds, and we're gonna start round 2 off with an air squat, okay? Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Remember, you wanna squat down, trying to get your thighs to parallel, bringing your arms up as a counterbalance, pushing down into your heel, and try to set a rhythm in the beginning that's, not too difficult, but yet you're working. Because remember, our first round, we got the heart rate up, and now we're just trying to carry that over, trying to keep our heart rate nice and high. There you go, George, a little bit deeper, buddy.
Yes, sir.
That's it. You'll find your thighs are probably burning right now, but that's okay. Now you're halfway into it, so go ahead and start picking up the pace now, guys.
That's where it starts burning now. Keep going. Let's go, everyone.
And for you guys at home who's experiencing that burning in your thighs right now, that's the lactic acid building up in your thighs. That's good though, that's gonna burn the fat.
That is an horrible feeling, I can tell you.
Okay guys, 10 seconds, you're doing great. Let's push it out now, come on, get after it. 5 seconds. On my cue, we're gonna go into the squat thrust, okay? And go, hands down, hop up, stand up, back down, back and out. Try to be quick when you guys go out, okay? Touch your feet and hop right back up. Fully standing, that's it. You know, this is similar to when George is fighting, someone shoots him for a takedown, you'll see him sprawl. It's working a lot of the same muscles.
Exactly. A sprawl to avoid to be taken down.
Okay, guys, you're doing great. Good. Patrick, try to keep that head up. Try to look right down at the mat. Good. Remember, guys, there's a lot of stability here in the core, too. You don't want to let your hips sag. You don't want to hit the mat. If you're having a tough time doing this at home, what you want to try to think about doing is just stepping back, then stepping up and standing, okay? So step back, step up, and stand. That works just fine. Okay, guys, we're almost there. 10 more seconds. Let's try to get a few more reps in now, okay? Pick up the pace a little bit.
Let's go.
5 more seconds. Let's go. That's it, George. Okay, now hold in the push-up position, okay? Now we're down here. We're gonna just go right into our push-ups. So lower down and push up. Pause, down, up, down, up. Try to get a good rhythm going here, all the way down, all the way up. Patrick, pull that head back just a tad, okay? Good, that's it. Body straight. Try to think of a line, guys, going ear, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle. Okay, guys, let's go all the way up, all the way down. Patrick, try to get the chest to the deck. Okay, if necessary, lower down to your knees. And guys, if fatigue sets in, there's nothing wrong with lowering down to your knees for a bit, coming back, get right back into position, lower down, push all the way up and back. Fatigue's part of it, guys. Okay, now 15 seconds, all right? Let's get ready. Try to rep it out now, okay? George, let's get at least 10 more reps. 10, 9, 8, 10 seconds. Good. Come on, 5 more, let's go. That's it, good job. All right, guys. So we're there. Now we're down here. We're gonna pop up into the burpee, okay? Putting all the movements together. Not jumping too high on this one, just hopping off the ground. So we do a squat thrust, a push up, and we jump up, land and right back into it. That's it. Now, George's probably gonna have a hard time talking this one because right now his body's pretty much overwhelmed with lactic acid.
Yeah, I feel like my body will collapse.
That's it, Lisa, good.
Not a good feeling to have.
Okay, you guys have about 25 seconds. You start picking up the pace, just like all the other exercises. Try to get after it now. Let's go. That's it, George. 15 seconds. Good. All right, guys, 10 seconds. One more. And we're gonna hold down here in the push-up position and a lateral plank, okay? We're just gonna switch over to the side. Hold there, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going, guys. Try to work on that rhythm, okay? Try to do a 5 count in your head. And what you want to focus on here is go ahead and rotate down and around, is not allowing your hips to drop. So you're trying to lift that hip up, activating the obliques. Guys, are almost there, about 25 seconds. And if you notice that you just can't do this, there's nothing wrong with coming at a 90-degree angle here with your legs and just raising up here. You just want to make sure you switch each side. 15 seconds, guys.
Let's go, guys. Let's go, everyone. Let's push. Push, push, push.
Okay, almost there. Last one, let's hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent, that's time. How'd that feel, George?
Feels horrible.
Well, it's kind of what's going on inside your body is you have a variety of things, right? You're working an explosive component with the burpee, you're working your push-up, you're squatting, you're working your legs, upper body, lower body, pretty much everything throughout.
Absolutely, strength and endurance is really my weakness. I'm a very explosive guy. So strength and endurance is mostly isometric tension. This is something I have a really hard time dealing with.
Now, would you say that that's something similar to what you feel in a fight, the type of fatigue that you're feeling right now?
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's
really like my whole body is working out. I put myself in a lot of isometric tension. It's horrible. But there is no magic pill to it. You wanna look good and everything, wanna lose weight or be more performant, there is no magic pill, you need to work.
All right, George, now let's grab our dumbbells here, okay? So 15-pound dumbbells for George should be good. For me, I'm gonna grab my 15s. Okay, guys, and we're gonna start off round 3. Let's get ready now. Lateral lunges, starting to the right. Then pull the dumbbells up and out to the left. So pull them up, to the right, up, to the left. Remember, parallel lines with those legs, okay? We want our feet running down the same line. We don't want this, right? Okay, excellent. Halfway there. And this becomes quite difficult because of the previous 2 rounds. The body's already starting to fatigue, and now we're introducing new movement patterns, stuff the body hasn't done yet.
Oh yeah, I discovered some muscle in my body that I didn't know they were existing.
Yeah, this has that ability. It's like I said, functional training exposes the weak links in the body.
Whew.
Okay, now we're gonna come up top here, okay? Feet shoulder width apart, we're gonna do a rotating overhead press. Switching side to side. That's it, George. Remember, full extension on the arms. That's it, good. Excellent, Lisa. How's that feel, George?
Sounds terrible, but this is what I need to perform as much as I can.
All right, good attitude. All righty, guys, you're doing great. Now we're gonna come right here into our bent over row, okay? So chest over top of the knees slightly bent, and we're gonna pull around, going side to side, okay? Remember, it's the shoulders moving around the spine. You're just looking straight down. This is a very functional way to do your rows. We're not in a static position like this. We're actually doing natural body movements. It's very important. Hips back a little bit more, George. Yep, good.
Yes,
okay, excellent, guys. Now let's come up into the standing position, our alternate upright row, okay? So we're alternating arms, pulling up and down. Yep, that's it. If you need to use a little leg boost, that's fine. Try to keep adjusting the muscles, your trapezius muscles, your deltoids. You're working your biceps. All of the muscles that you use to pull with. Excellent.
Let's go, everyone. About halfway.
Yep, you're almost there. Okay, and let's bring it around now to our rotating curl. So notice we switch directions at the top, and we maintain that position until we come back up. Good. Now you're going to come back up in the reverse curl. There you go. And lower down. Good. Nice, Patrick. And rotate up, rotate down. Okay, guys, almost there. 10 more seconds. I know this is tough.
The worst 10 seconds of my life.
Now 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet together, starting to the right. Lateral lunges again, okay? We're going through this whole routine again. And now you know the movement. So now you want to try to get after it a little bit more. Try to get more repetitions per 30 seconds. We're doing each one for 30 seconds, so we really want to get after it. Patrick, try to keep that back foot on the ground. Try to let it lift off. Good. Almost there, guys. 5 more seconds. Then we're going to go into our rotating press, okay? Overhead press, get ready, and go. Rotating presses. Try to get full extension on those arms. All the way up, all the way down, rotating. You can use your legs for a little boost if you want to, as you're pressing up. Excellent.
This is hard.
Yeah.
Keeps me having my hands up when I fight.
Alrighty, guys. Let's get after it now. We have 5 more seconds. Good, George. Okay, now dumbbells to the front. We're gonna sit back. Now we have our bent over rows, okay? Think about pulling that elbow around the spine, rotating the shoulders around the spine, but you're gonna stay looking down and your back is in a nice neutral position, okay? We don't want this, guys. We don't want a round back. We want the back nice and strong. That's it, keep going.
Let's go, guys, let's go. Almost done.
Okay, almost there. 3, 2, 1, and upright rows now, okay? So alternating, try to keep the elbow above the wrist. If you need to, you can do a little bump with the legs, but I'd rather see you guys not do that. I'd rather see you just use just the muscles that are pulling. Trapezius muscles, your deltoids, your biceps, your grips being worked here.
One more exercise after this.
Almost there.
Ah!
That's it.
You can feel also it's your forearm that is burning, which is working on your grip as well.
And switch, rotating curls, up and down, okay? We only rotate at the top each time. Good. Now guys, we're almost there, okay? We have about 15 seconds, so let's really push it now.
Ah! Let's go everyone. Finish
Maintain
strong.
that chin neutral, George, that's it. Good.
Ah!
5 seconds, let's go, push it now. 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay, set your dumbbells down. When you set them down, try to squat them down, okay? Don't bend over, don't hurt yourself. Just did a good set. Now just try to relax. How's that feel, George?
Feels terrible, but you know what? There is no magic pill, like I said. There's only a way to improve, get better, and it's through hard work.
You'll find that whole thing is basically what we're doing. There's a dumbbell complex. So what we're trying to do is work the body in a variety of ways. We haven't worked with our body weight, and you'll see that's where we do a lot of rotation work, okay? That's a lot of stuff that, like I said, we're not set in with a big heavy weight trying to go like this. We're actually keeping it fluid, the same way in a fight, you know?
Absolutely.
Very similar.
That will help you to take away the lactic acid buildup in your shoulder. When I fight, I have to keep my hands up all the time, or for the most part of it. So it helps to be able to reject the lactic acid that is built up during that time.
Okay, George, let's grab a dumbbell now, okay? Just one to start off. Okay, guys, now starting round 4, we have our dumbbell around the world, okay? So if I'm starting with my right hand, I'm gonna initiate by going to my left, coming around, twisting directions. Now notice how our heels leave the ground here, okay? It's very important to get a full range of motion, but also be safe with your spine here.
Mobility and flexibility.
Okay. Almost there now, guys. Now after this, we're gonna go right into a one-arm swing. Okay, now let's come here to this position. Dumbbell to the front, hand out to the side, and using the legs to swing it overhead. Keep it in a neutral spine position. Trying to swing the weight up using the legs. You can pause for a beat up top. And going up and down.
This is similar exercise that we practice in Olympic lifting.
Yes, it's sort of the same idea. Popping the hip forward. Okay guys, now here we're gonna come right in with our dumbbell, right? Now we're gonna do a high pull. This is very similar to Olympic lifting. This is actually part of an Olympic lift. We're gonna lower down, then pull up, okay? Try to keep the body aligned throughout. Don't allow yourself to sway as you're pulling. Try to stay straight up and straight down. Remember, try not to round the back. We don't want this. We wanna keep the back nice and stable. If you have to change your depth on your squat, that's okay. Alrighty, and now we're gonna come right here, put our dumbbell in front of our thigh, we're gonna come up on one leg, and we're gonna do a bent over row on one leg with one arm. And notice how my shoulders are moving around the spine here, okay? If necessary, we can lower down to one leg, stabilizing here. You notice how Lisa's doing it, and that's if you're having a problem with balance, that's totally okay. You can even brace your arm there if you want. Foot down, George, and we're gonna do our diagonal press, okay? It's like this. If you want, you can keep your left hand up by your face, just like you're protecting yourself from a punch. If you start to fatigue, that's okay. Rest here and continue on. You kind of pop the hip a little bit. Now, guys, we're gonna push on here about 10 more seconds, and then we're gonna switch sides. That's it, George. Try to get after it.
Let's go, guys. Let's go.
3,
After we go on the left side.
2, 1, grab with your left hand, come over with your right, and around the world in the opposite direction.
It's important, you're gonna work both sides equally.
Yeah, you have to bring balance to the body. So while we're doing one side, we want to try to do the other. If you're 1 repetition off or 2 repetitions off, it's not that big of a deal. But you want to try to bring some balance into it. You don't want to do 20 on one side and then just 2 or 3 on the other.
There's always one side that you're better than the other. That is normal. Everyone is the
Okay,
same.
guys, now our swings. straight up and down. Use those legs, okay? Push your heels into the ground. Neutral spine position. This is working everything. This is working your legs. This is working your core. Your arms have to work a bit in order to hang on to the weight because it's pulling away from your hand. If you let go, if you have a weak grip, it's gonna go flying out of your hand. Almost there now, 5 more seconds.
Keep it there, guys. Keep it there.
All right, and our high pull. So remember, elbow above the wrist. Try to keep the spine in alignment. Don't fall to the side, don't sway. If you need the rest, you rest here, okay? Then continue on. That's good, George. Let's try to pick it up a little bit now. We're almost there, guys, almost done.
Yes, sir. Let's pick it up, everyone.
Okay, 5 seconds. Okay, now let's come here. We're gonna bring up our left leg. We're gonna bend over a little bit. Remember, we bend by pushing the body right over, okay? We don't wanna bend over like this in a rounded back position. We wanna keep the back strong. Let the shoulders move around the spine. And if necessary, you can put your foot down for stability. You can even brace your arm here if you need.
This is really good for your stabilization. Let's say someone get me in a single leg position. It's very good for a stabilizer, not only for your leg, for your ankle, everything, your foot.
Okay, George, now your leg down, and we have our diagonal press. So let's bring the right hand up by the face, and we're pushing out. That's it.
Last sprint, guys. Let's
Full
go.
extension. Patrick, try to get a little bit more of an angle out there. A little bit more. Yeah, there you go. Good. Nice, Lisa. Almost there, guys. 5 more seconds. Let's push now. Last 5, 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay, guys. That's round 4. Now try to take a little bit of a break, get some water, do what you have to do, and we're gonna be back for round 5. How you feel, George?
Feels good. Now round 5. Now, starting from round 4, we get into the what is called in mixed martial art the championship round. A regular fight is 3 rounds. Round 4 and round 5, that's championship round. That's when you separate the men from the boys, like we say in the business.
Or the women from the girls. Okay, guys. Now let's go and grab a heavier dumbbell here, okay? So whatever you're using, try to go a little bit heavier. If you don't have a heavier dumbbell, that's okay. But we're gonna go ahead and lie down and get ready for the 5th round. The 5th round, we're gonna be doing it here on the ground. And we're gonna be functioning from what's known as the closed guard position, okay? So let's start with the left hand. We'll be over here. And what we're gonna do here, guys, when we start this round is we're gonna do a twisting press. So that means I'm gonna drive up and down, bringing the elbow by the hip, and go. 1 minute here, so pace yourself accordingly. You let the head lower down as you come down, and then you press up, twisting. Sort of like a bench press, but a lot more functional.
Don't forget to breathe, very important, breathing out. When you push, you breathe out, you breathe in by the nose when you go back down. Don't stop your breathing. That's what's gonna keep you, that's what's gonna allow you to keep going.
If you guys notice, this round's a little bit long. We're doing a minute on each side. But it's because of the complexity here with these movements, we want to try to just stay with one movement and try to get as many repetitions as we can. If you find you start to fatigue, you can lower down with your elbow by your side and just relax for a beat and then continue on, but try to get as many reps. And if you find the weight becomes kind of easy, just increase your weight the next time you do it. Almost there now, guys. About 3 more seconds. Okay, let's go ahead and switch hands. When you switch hands, you can take your time, get yourself in good position. Switch your feet too, so whichever foot was on top, you switch to the other foot's on top. And same thing, pressing up and twisting, lowering down. And try to allow your head to move in the same direction that your body's moving. Don't try to look here as your shoulder moves that way. Try to move everything together. One functional unit. That's the key to being good at fighting or being good at almost anything. You have to integrate your body. Good, George.
That is
Patrick.
very hard because it's 1 minute. Now we've been doing 30 seconds. This round it's a 1 minute. That's make a big difference.
A little bit more, George. You have about 15 seconds. All right, guys, this is the last round, so you have to really push now, okay? I know it's difficult.
Let's finish strong. Let's go.
Okay, 5 more seconds. Okay, guys, now let's switch it back over to the left hand, okay? Now we're gonna extend our arm stays extended the whole time here, okay? We're gonna transfer our weight to the right shoulder, elbow. We're gonna come up here to a half get up, then we're gonna lower right back down. So we transfer our weight over, come up and down. This is one of the best core movements you can do. And it's very similar to a motion that you do in fighting called a hip heist.
Exactly, the hip heist, that's what allowed me to stand back up from an opponent when he put me down.
You want to stay looking at the weight throughout. You don't want to take your eyes off the weight. If you do, the weight could come down and hit you in the head. That's obviously not a good thing. Unless you want to be a punch-drunk person. Good.
Now it starts burning really bad, coach.
That's pretty normal. All the lactic acid is accumulating in the body. Have about 5 more seconds.
Dig in, everyone.
Okay, guys, now as you lower it down, you're gonna switch hands, okay? We're gonna go to the other side. Arm out to the side. Remember, you're gonna transfer shoulder, elbow, hand, sit up, then lower down. That's it. And once you feel you have the motion, you can try to do a few more repetitions. Once you get up there, hold for a pause, then right back down.
Keep your eyes on the weight.
You'll find that this motion pretty much hits everything in the core. Your shoulders, your arms, your abdominals, your obliques, all the muscles you want to work, all the muscles that give you that six-pack, that strong abdominal wall, this is working them all. Good. Just keep working now. Come on, Lisa. You got it. Okay, about 15 more seconds, and then we're going to get both of our dumbbells, and we're going to do our prone row. Almost there, guys. 10 more seconds.
If you hit a wall, you're not alone, but get through it.
Okay, now everybody, let's come around. Let's grab both of our dumbbells, okay? Take some time to get into position if necessary. We're gonna do a wide base here. We're just gonna do an alternating dumbbell row, going side to side. All right, guys, let's get on it, okay? No more delay. Try to wrap that elbow around the body, but try not to turn the hips too much. Try to maintain your body parallel with the ground. That's gonna force your core to work so much more. That's it, George, good job. Now, if you find after a while that you can't take this, you're really starting to sag your hips, we don't want that. So if necessary, lower down to your knees and continue on. But try to stay up here the whole time, okay? If you want, hey George, go ahead and add a push-up every time you do a pull, okay? No, stay up in the normal stance. Now if you just add a push-up every time you do a row. Do a row and do a push-up. That's an advanced variation if you want. Okay, let's go, guys. About 8 more seconds. Let's try to rep it out now.
Push, push, push. Last round. Do it like your life depends.
3, 2, 1. All righty, guys, and that's time. Good job. All right, so there you have it. That's 5 rounds, and that's pretty much what you're going to see when you see a championship fight. It's pretty similar to what you feel, right, George?
Exactly. You get pushed through like a championship fight, exactly. And that's really hard. I know most of you are probably, every one of you are in pain right now, but that's what you need. You're gonna lose weight. You're gonna be in shape. That's what you need to reach the next level, all right? To achieve what you want to achieve. If it's either lose weight, being in better shape, or use that as a performance exercise for your sport, that's what you need to do.
Okay, and that's what these workouts are designed to do. We want to simulate the kind of energetics that you see in a fight. We want to basically have 5 minutes of constant motion. If you notice, we don't use heavy dumbbells. George is using the heaviest 20-pound weights, but it's not really how much weight you lift, it's how you lift it. It's the quality, not the quantity. Obviously, we want to put more quantity into each set. In the future, that shows our work capacity is increased. That's a sign that fitness is increased. But what we're doing is we're taking, like I said, the exact same formula or format that you're going to see in a fight, and we're giving it to you at home, so you can pretty much achieve the same level of fitness that George St. Pierre has achieved.
The key to going through all those rounds, I know sometimes it's really hard. You have the impression that you're about to collapse, all right? And I'm the same way. It's not because I'm world champion that my brain doesn't work like that. But you need to motivate yourself. You know, it's not during the workout that you will be happy. It will be after the workout. Now we just finished our workout. I don't know if you do, guys and ladies, I feel great. Every time when you feel like you're about to collapse, it's important that you keep the intensity, and even if you try to raise the intensity, you have to do this exercise like if your life would depend on it. And I guarantee you, if you do that every single time that you're working out, you're gonna get better every time. Great job, everyone. Nice workout. Let's get here. Nice. Be happy. Congratulate yourself. You went through something really difficult today, and tomorrow you'll be better. Super, everyone. Great job. Just finished our workout. Now it's time for the cool down.
The cool down, it's very important. We're not going to do a long cool down sequence, but the exercises, they're pretty much what they're doing is resetting your neuromuscular system so that you can go back into your daily life without having your muscles cramp and tighten up. We're really going to stress a lot of the muscles around our hips, okay? That's where we did a lot of work. Also our lats, our shoulders, our chest, pretty much the whole body, but we're going to do the most effective stretches that we can do in the shortest amount of time. This routine should take no more than 5 minutes, 5-6 minutes, okay? So let's go ahead and start down here on our left knee. Right knee up, okay? What we're gonna do is we're gonna stretch the hip flexor. So I'm gonna contract my abdominal muscles, trying to tuck my glutes right up here up underneath me, trying to tilt my pelvis under. Then I'm gonna reach my left arm straight up in the air, fingertips pointing out towards the left. And I should feel the stretch coming right in here. Now we just wanna lift our chin up while maintaining this contraction, all right? Looking straight ahead, contracting in the abdominals, glutes, stretches right up here in the front. If the arm goes forward, 'cause you have tight lats, try to force it up there in the air, okay? We have about 10 more seconds, so just hang in there. Good.
Really feel the hip flexor
The hip
stretching
flexor,
here.
exactly. Okay, great. Now we're gonna come up, we're gonna turn, face the other way, lower down to the right knee. Take your time here now, okay? Let's go ahead and set everything in position. So we're gonna contract the abdominals and the glutes and press straight up. And we're holding here for 30 seconds. Now 30 seconds is pretty much the minimum here. We just want to do at least 30 seconds to make sure we stretch out the body. But if you find you're enjoying this, don't be afraid to go back through this routine, do it 1 more time, 2 more times, as much as you want. These are great stretches. You really can't get enough of these.
There is a lot of benefit to gain from stretching.
Okay. Now let's come up here. Now, you can do a butterfly stretch, which Patrick is going to demonstrate, or you can just lower right down here into the side straddle. Everybody's flexibility is different, but if possible, we just want to try to split our legs out here, keep the posture upright, then we want to go forward. You see, the variation that Patrick's doing is working the same muscles. We're trying to stretch the adductor muscles right here in our inner thigh, okay? What I'm trying to do is I'm basically just pushing out, so is George, and we're trying to go forward if we can. We want to lie down flat here. And holding each stretch for 30 seconds.
I remember when I used to be a kid, I used to go all the way down. Now as I'm growing up, getting older, it's impossible to do the same thing because I didn't practice enough.
Okay, good. Now let's close up here. Legs straight ahead. Now what we want to do, remember, we just don't want to touch our toes. We want to pull our toes back towards us, contract our quadriceps, sit nice and upright, fingertips pointing down. We're pushing forward with the heel of our palm. If you find that to be too difficult by going forward like this and it's way too much, you can just do this. Just brace your hands right here by your hips, push up, try to keep your posture upright, still pulling your toes back, still contracting your quadriceps, and just trying to eventually lean forward. Once you can break 90 degrees going forward, you can probably take your hands off and push forward.
Really good for the posterior chain.
Exactly.
Hamstring, calf, lower back. This is what you need to do.
Okay, now let's turn to our right. I'm gonna kick my left leg around here, bring my right leg in. Now if you notice, I stick my knee straight out from my hip and I form a 90-degree angle here, a 90-degree angle here. Now what I wanna do is I wanna try to go forward, putting my head all the way down to the ground. Everybody has a different flexibility level though, so the key thing is to try to lean towards your left on the stretch. If your left leg's back, lean towards your left, even if you have to stay upright. If you can lower down all the way, that's great. If you're right here, that's fine. This is for the extensors. This is for the muscles on the outside of the hip. A lot of jumping, kicking, all those motions, we've really worked those muscles. Pretty much anything functional, you're using the extensors and the flexors. And now let's rotate around. So this is kind of cool. We're gonna lean to our right and swing to our left, and we come right back this way. Take your time getting into position though. So again, you want your left knee in front of your left hip. You want to try to create a 90-degree angle here, a 90-degree angle here. And same thing, try to lie forward. And if you have to, you don't have to push forward. Remember, you don't want to feel any type of tearing or real strong pulling. Just a slight pull in the muscles. And the muscles that we're trying to feel are the muscles right outside here, okay? Some people might feel it a little bit up in the back. You shouldn't be feeling it all over. Some people might feel a little bit of hamstring. For the most part, you want to feel it on the outer part of your left hip here. Trying to lie down.
Always a side that you're more flexible than the other. That is completely normal.
Okay, now we're just gonna kick back and through underneath. So we're in the quadruped position. So if you notice, we start out here with our knees right underneath our hips, right? Now what we're gonna do, and our hands are underneath our shoulders, we're just in a strong foundation. We're gonna extend our right hand forward, then our left hand forward. Now what I want you to do is drop your butt back while keeping your fingertips out there. Try to touch your butt to your heels and trying to get your armpits down to the ground. Once you do that, you're trying to inch your fingertips away as much as you can. And when we're doing this, we want to feel the stretch coming right down throughout the lats, okay? Some people find if they spread their knees out here, they also get a adductor stretch here as well. That's good. You just, get more flexibility in and there. I happen to have loose adductors, so I don't feel anything in the adductors, but I have tight lats. So this really stretches my lats every time.
You're really lucky. Me, I'm tight pretty much everywhere.
Okay guys, great. Now we're gonna come up here into this kneeling position. And what we wanna do is we wanna put our knees together, our heels together. We wanna sit back here under our butt. We're gonna interlace our fingers behind our back here. The most important thing is that I start to straighten my arms. That's more important than how high they get. Is that first they get straight, then I retract my shoulder blades, meaning I try to pull my shoulder blades together. Once I do that, I raise up as high as I can, and I want to feel stretched throughout my biceps, my deltoids, my pectoral muscles, all of that. And there's almost an infinite amount of stretches, but we don't want to spend all day stretching. You guys just did a hard workout, so we just want to hit some of the ones that really get the body back to where it was before you did your workout. Good, Patrick. George is very tight here, so this is a great stretch for him.
Absolutely.
Everybody else has good flexibility.
I should do this stretch more often.
Yeah.
Don't be scared that if you do something that you're not good at, that's mean you need to work on it. Like you can see this stretch, I'm pretty bad at it. That is something that I should put more time into it.
Okay, buddy, that's time, and that concludes our cool down. So you have to remember that the cool down, although it seems like it's easy and it's almost like it's a part of the workout everybody wants to forget to do. We did all the hard stuff, we warm up because we want to get ready for the hard workout. Then we do the cool down, but sometimes we forget to do it. Remember, don't forget the cool down. It's going to allow you, it's going to help you to recover and to come back so you can be consistent and work out on a regular basis. It's very important that you do all parts of the workout and you try to be as consistent as possible because that's what leads to progress. If you just, come in on occasion and you do maybe a round or two and then, you skip a few days, you're not going to see the results that you're looking for. The results are going to come through consistency. That's the most important thing. And the consistency is given to you by allowing your body to recover properly, which is why we do the cool down.
And also the cool down is not only physical. For me, I use the cool down as a way to change my mind. I start from being the athlete, George St. Pierre, the fighter. When I work out, I'm the fighter. I'm a martial artist. But the cool down allowed me to make the transition by being the fighter to the everyday normal guy. So it's more than an actual workout. It's also the changing of your mind, putting your mind back into what it should be in everyday's life. Great job, everybody.